I was this close to calling you Robb.
It happens more than you think. It actually does.
But welcome, Richard. Welcome to
Thank
India.
you.
Welcome to Midday. It's a publication in Mumbai, and we're so honored to have you. How are you feeling right now in Mumbai and in India?
I'm really excited to be here, but I'm also kind of blown away. It's until I got here you realise the scale of the show that we're making and how many people we're sharing it with and how many people seem to be excited about seeing that, and that's inspiring for me. This is a project close to my heart that I've lived with for nearly 5 years now. So to actually be here and for you guys to have seen a couple of episodes and us to be able to talk about it is a great payoff for me, because there's a lot of very talented people that have put a lot of work into this, and I'm really proud of what they've achieved.
Right, but before Citadel, I am also intrigued to know that did you ever think that you enjoy a huge fan base in India? I mean, I put a picture when from the press conference on my Instagram, and everybody, and obviously many women just went mad, and they were like, "Oh my God, this feels like a dream that he is in India." So, did you ever anticipate this kind of fan base?
Absolutely not. No, I have no idea. I'm still very shy when it comes to all of that, and I kind of try not to think about it. But I feel very honoured that so many people have been so kind to me while I've been here. I kind of forget that I've done some of these shows that have spread around the world. Game of Thrones, we filmed mostly in Ireland in a field up to your knees in mud. So to think that lots of people in India have watched it is still kind of mind-blowing to me.
What about Citadel spoke to you that you felt that this is something you want to invest your time and energy into?
It was the idea of the duality of the character. This is one man, one body, two personalities, and I'm fascinated by what character traits we have that are built into you from birth, built into your body, your genes, your soul, your spirit, and what behaviors we have that are learned either from your parents or from your life experience. And this was an opportunity for me to explore that and try and paint a picture through two different lenses. And for me that's exciting, and also it gives you a break as an actor when you're playing one character intensely with one extreme, and then I can flick into another character. And the joy of playing this character, these two characters, is particularly with Kyle. Kyle gets to be a vessel for the audience. We get to find out who Citadel is, what it is, through his eyes. And on the flip side of that, I get to be one of the most important spies of the agency. So I really get to be on either side of the storytelling. And that, as an actor, is really exciting and freeing.
As much as it would be liberating, was it also daunting when you set your foot into it that, how I'm going to pull it off?
It's terrifying. It's a great idea when you start to think about it, and then you're on set going, it's hard enough to pull off one character usually, and now I'm trying to pull off two in the same day, or that becomes kind of intimidating. But it was an opportunity to paint a picture where one character is extreme on this element, the other character is the other side of the coin, and it's the two of them that make this one whole image. So I love being able to jump between these two things and hopefully build a version of a man that the audience can see that is full of conflict and also things that tie them together.
Right. One of the things, of course, everyone would talk about, I think, after Citadel comes, because I've seen a couple of episodes, is the stunning chemistry that you and Priyanka share. I mean, it is also so integral to the show, to the story. And I wondered that when you guys were on set, and yesterday also you spoke about, both of you, that how in some ways you are so different, as actors. But what was the one thing that struck you the most about Priyanka in your, on-set conversations with her? Or something that you observed about her?
How much she cares about it. She wants to mine these characters with you. We have this wonderful way of working together where we bring out the best in each other. We prod and poke each other, and she listens. So you can say something and she's listening. You're going to get a totally different reaction from her. It's not rehearsed piece like it can be in theatre, and you know what's coming next. You don't. We surprise each other constantly, and that makes way for the script and the story to constantly develop. And you know, we had David was on set the whole time, writing and adapting and changing, and Joe's always so influential in that storytelling. And so when both of us are so present and so engaged in pulling out of each other the best thing and making the most interesting on-screen decisions, it really opens it up for the storytelling to take flight.
Right. Were you aware of Priyanka's stardom, you know, in India, and that she is this Hindi Bollywood movie star?
I think everyone's aware of Priyanka's stardom. I'd have to live under a rock to not know that.
But was there anything that you maybe had perceived about her by just, you know, maybe like looking at her pictures or just hearing about her, but something that just changed, you know, your point of view about her when you met her?
No, we actually met at a party many years ago, and we were sat beside each other at a dinner. And
this was when?
This was, like 8 years ago, I'd like to say. and we were by chance sat right next to each other at a table of a room of about 400 people. We were sat beside each other, and we instantly got on and giggled and laughed and had so much fun that night. And then saw each other again at different parties and things, but then not for years. And then when it came round and we're going to do this with Priyanka, it was excellent, because I was like, we get on. She is super fun and the kindest, loveliest human. So I feel very, very lucky to get to work with her.
You know, but second last, I would really like to understand that this is something that I had read when, you know, when GOT finished, and Kit Harington had very famously spoken about the toll that, you know, the fame and the popularity that came with playing Jon Snow affected him, you know, personally. And I believe that the way you all became these iconic people on screen, is it always hard that thinking that this would be the hardest benchmark to pass?
I think so. I think it might be harder for some of the other Game of Thrones cast members than I, because spoiler, if you've not seen it by now, I mean, come on, I die in season 3. And they carried on these characters for many, many more years after that. So I think they had a much tougher time living with these characters for such an extended period, whereas I got to kind of engage in that world for about 5 years of my life, and then let it go and let it carry on without me. So I feel very lucky that I managed to be part of it, and then I had the years afterwards to go and explore other characters and roles, because I didn't have to go back, because I was very, very dead.
Right. But thank you so much,
Thank you
Richard.
very
It's been
much.
pleasure talking to you and watching you also in Citadel.
Thank you so much.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.